I'm Adele Shank, and this is my presentation regarding information security. Today, I'm going to be talking about what information security is, the goals and purposes for information security, what information security protects against, and the various forms and levels of information security in our world today. To begin, information security is all about taking the appropriate strategic steps to keep data and personal information safe from malicious intent and used for its intended purposes. It ensures this information is not accessed, used, distributed, disrupted, modified, recorded, or destroyed without the authorization of the original owner. I found this infographic very intriguing because no one thinks that they can or will be the target for a cybersecurity attack, but to a hacker, everyone is a potential victim. Everyone's information is valuable and can be used by a hacker. Without information security, no one is safe from the pursuits of a hacker. The primary goals of information security can be summed up in the CIA triad of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These goals are to secure all data and information in all stages of use, from processing, storage, or transmission. These principles are the main guidelines for all those in the information security realm. Let's take a moment to examine each goal more in depth. Confidentiality is focused on only allowing those with permission to have access to information and data when allowed. If someone has access to view, they are free to, but the data and information stays private and unknown to outsiders without the correct authorization. Integrity is all about the truth and accuracy of data and information. It is the guarantee that only those with permission and rights to change information can do so when they have permission. This ensures that information is accurate and complete from start to finish. It also encompasses non-repudiation, which means that all people, sender, receiver, doer, or receiver, both people on both sides of the equation, must follow contracts and are not allowed to deny knowing about said contracts. Availability is also essential in the CIA triad. Availability is the promise that information can be accessed and used when needed, and that security measures are in place to guarantee that no cyber attack will prevent owners from accessing the information when they need it. The principles of the CIA triad are the primary goal in every information security setting, discussion, and strategy. So what does information security protect us against? The intent of information security is to keep hackers from accessing personal information and data. Hackers have very specific strategies and tools to access this, from businesses and ordinary people alike. Hackers want personal information for identity reasons, information regarding companies' future products and business strategies, and will use elaborate tools to get the information that they need and want. Hackers have a variety of tools, all falling under the malware sector. Malware being short for malicious software. They have computer viruses that are small softwares that spread from computer to computer by people on the internet clicking on the ones on links and spreading it to another device. They also have spyware, which allows them to track all tasks and things typed on a device and allows hackers to have access to webcams to see what the victim is doing. They also have computer worms that travel from the device to device without human interaction and interference by copying itself. Hackers have come up with various and very tricky ways to ensure that their scams can be spread as far as possible. Their tactics will stop at nothing to get the information they so desire. To begin, we have all received a spam email. With having an email, it's inevitable not to. These pesky, strange emails include links that lead to hackers being able to access your information. Hackers also use phishing scams, which are much more devious and compelling. They can come in email or links on essentially scam that hackers use is the Trojan horse scam, which is very similar to phishing, where the hackers make an illegitimate thing look legitimate. Trojan horses are usually apps or software that appear to be real but are in fact used to take information from a victim. Seeing the tools hackers have and realizing that everyone is an asset, one can see the importance of information security in not only business, but for all people. Luckily, there are plenty of information security resources already in place for ordinary people. Every day, ordinary citizens use different information security measures to keep their personal information safe on technological devices. Something as simple and everyday as a password is an information security measure, because it limits those with access to the information, even if it's just a Facebook page. As seen on the left is an antivirus and malware protection that protects computers and devices from getting viruses and other malware softwares that hackers install on devices. These protection systems scan web pages and alert the user to potential threats. Firewalls stop any unauthorized use of a network by preventing certain data to come into the server and by recognizing trustworthy systems and data. Business, on the other hand, use more complex security measures with the other ones to create the most secure data and network possible. Businesses use cryptography, which is essentially encoding messages so that they are unreadable to someone outside of those who are supposed to understand it. They will also potentially have physical security, like locks and doors, to prevent people from accessing their personal information. I chose this infographic because I feel like it shows very clearly how encryption works. On the left, you can see that the sender starts with a clear, understandable message. But once it goes out into the system, the encryption happens. And if something were to be intercepted, you can see that the encrypted text is completely misunderstandable, and no one would be able to read it without it being first decoded. Once it reaches the network of the recipient, you can see how decryption happens. It's like having a key to a secret message, and then the text is clear and completely understandable for the recipient. I also chose this infographic because it says the boss is worried about information security, so he sends his messages one alphabet letter at a time. This is so important because information security is essential in all business settings. But it's very important that CEOs and other bosses understand how information security works and have the best team possible to make sure that all information and data is kept secret. In summary, without information security, all personal data and information could be lost or stolen. It is important to remember all the tools and softwares hackers have and need to recognize that they will stop at nothing to get it. Luckily, with antivirus protection and passwords and other technologies, everyone has a chance to keep personal information safe, thanks to information security. If you have any more interest in information security, these are the links that I use to create